public service announcement. I need all my Titan fans to come on down. Grab you some popcorn, grab you a drink. Titans Colosseum in the building. Yeah, not, boy, I'm in the game. Still ballin' out, never change. I be rapping my hometown for the whole city, really knew my name. Boss talk, I don't do favors. Yeah, we signing deals with the top players. We just started this lifestyle. We be having all kind of haters. I'm a madman, they better come get me. Wanna box me in, but I'm too shifty. If they come at me sideways, I'ma stiff on me like Derrick Henry. Now listen, we're not the same. EA Sports, boy, I'm in the game. I be rapping my city, dog. Got a Titan logo hanging on the chain. Big money, big moves. New stadium on the way. Nashville, we hold it down. We the one team that you don't wanna play. They be trying to talk down on us. I just laugh at them and I walk away. I don't tolerate disrespect. Might shoot a fade, penny hard away. Big money, big moves. New stadium on the way. Nashville, we hold it down. We the one team that you don't wanna play. We be putting in the hard work, so we coming in with all kind of skill. I be living in the end zone. My finger roll like 20 Hill. What's poppin'?
Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast, man. Firestone, you back in the building, my boy. How you feeling?
Yes, man. I'm glad y'all held it down for me on last episode. Me and the kids had a good time at the NF concert, man, celebrating birthday, man. But I'm glad to be back. Happy to talk some two-tone business, man. Y'all held it down good on last episode, man. Bravo.
Yeah, most definitely, man. It was good to have the end zone boys on, man. They really turned it up for us, man. It's always good to have them on, man. But hey, we got a new guy on here today, man. One of our old, you know what I'm saying, OG Titan Colosseum guest, dog. Most definitely.
Yeah, man. Hey, peerpressuremobile.com, man. Hey, y'all go holler at our boy. He out here doing things, man. I know he look like he trapping right now. But shit.
What's up, man? What's up, Titan family?
What's going on
with y'all, man? It's good to be back on here, man. With y'all boys, man.
Man, you look like you about to drop an album in his picture though, man. I'm a make it still, bro.
Nah, bro. I ain't a lot, man. I ain't a rapper, man. That's you, man. That's you, man. You know that. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all know, hey. RJ be rapping, y'all.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Yeah, man. Pop your shit, bro, man.
You already know, man.
He got some shit, y'all.
In 2 days. I'm gonna let y'all know this now. In 2 days. I'm about to shout the internet, bro. I'm gonna let y'all know this now. 2 days. I'm gonna let you know, man. Hey, man, make sure y'all check my make sure if you haven't downloaded, man, in the game. Why it's still the intro, because we about to come out with a new intro. I promise y'all. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all download this on all streaming platforms, man. Make sure, man, to run it up before it gets old, man. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure, because that price definitely finna go up once this new intro drop, man. But hey, shout out to CJ watching tonight. Shout out to Daniel, Julie, Phillip, Rashad, Corey. We got Corey back in the building, man. Corey, we missed you last week, bro. What you were doing, man? You probably somewhere goddamn smoking a cigar somewhere. Goddamn, us poor folks ain't got no business being, man.
But they're doing this classy man shit, bro. You know he out there
booted and booted. Yeah, shout out to Julie. Shout out to Tyrell. Oh, I'm tongue twisted. Tyrell, man. Man, shout out to everybody watching tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. The bills are paid. So let's go ahead and get to this two-tone business, man. Tonight, we're going to start it off with this new regime versus old regime foolishness, because it seems like new life is in the building when it comes to the Titans. I mean, you got players out there that look more upbeat, look more energetic, and it hasn't always been like that, been like this around here, man. I mean, you can think back to last season, man, how the energy was. Everybody was just so bland and, straight to the point, politically correct. You're not getting none of that nowadays, man. I mean, you getting dudes triple feelings. And Firestone told us to hold this discussion. I ain't gonna lie, I gotta put you on blast. He told us to hold this discussion because we're gonna be talking a little bit of Vrabel tonight. And as y'all already know, he gotta come to the defense of his client. So we're going to start this thing off with Firestone, man. Firestone. New regime versus the old regime. What are your thoughts?
It's been different hearing everybody kind of talk this year, right? Because you know me, I was a firm Vrabel defender last year. Like, hey, I don't think we're going to bounce back from this. I don't think we're going to be able to get coach. Rand got to sell himself. Well, Rand was able to sell himself to a coach that I believe in can come in here and do good. And as you're starting to listen to players, and I said this all last season with the Vrabel things, like I might be wrong, and we're going to come back to this when we have tea leaves to look back in hindsight, and we're going to be able to see that. So kind of hearing what players are saying. We heard Arden Key talking about, hey, you know, players can kind of feel like they can be themselves out there on the field. We had Colton Dowell on the episode, and he was talking about, hey, you know, I'm more interested in the whys of football now than I ever was before. Then we've heard other players in Jeffrey Simmons and Will Levis talk about how they're starting to feel like they're in leadership position. This coaching crew actually lets you be who you want to be, and it's just a different atmosphere. We've had different people on the show come on. It feels different in the building. So with me, I got to eat crow here. I didn't think they was going to be able to pull this off, but from hearing what players are saying and how they're acting and how they're responding to this new coaching staff, man, this new regime is definitely sparking these players, and they're definitely looking like they're sold behind this coaching and that they're ready to go run through a brick wall for them, which is something we was losing on those last couple of years with Vrabel. We didn't see the intensity from players outside of 1 or 2 games a year. Now it's starting to seem like this coaching staff actually has the players' ears, and the players believing that they can go out there and do something. And they're excited. Not just defense is excited. The offense is excited with DeAndre Hopkins and Calvin Ridley on talking about the routes and how they can run. And Jim Wyatt had all this praise for Calvin Ridley as well. So I'm excited for this new regime, even though I thought it was going to be dark, dark days for Tennessee for a long time.
Hey, shout out to Angelica watching tonight. Shout out to our OG. Ken Moore in the building. Make sure y'all go and watch his show, The Danger Zone. Hey, it's lit up over there. Trust and believe. Shout out to Glory Day Sports, our people over there, man. Hey, check them out as well. Jack Ripper in the building. Hey, everybody watching tonight, thank y'all tuning in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. RJ, talk to him.
Oh yeah. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, man. You already know what we're doing in the building. But as we talking about the variable thing, right?
Yes, okay. Sir.
New regime.
All right, so yeah, so listening, I guess what the Arden Key, what basically what he was saying is that, like, I guess they were doing plays or whatever, and during the Vrabel's, during Vrabel's regime, they even if they was messing up, they go on to the next play and wouldn't even care about it. He said, while this regime is, if you mess it up, we're gonna keep doing it until we get it right, man. And it's showing more and more like, golly, how many more shots is this man Vrabel gonna keep getting? Like, every time a player from last year comes up here, he's like, man, it's just way better than it was last year. And I'm like, I seen it, you know what I'm saying? And I was trying my best to be on here, telling him what was gonna happen, man. But at the same time, like, I everything that they're saying, bro, I was calling the whole time, bro. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, man, for sure. Trey, talk to him.
I think it's like a brand new air around the building. Like I feel like players can be more like comfortable, open. Now, other than worrying about the coach is always probably up your ass, or just he's always like his shit don't stink. So. I mean, I feel like Callahan is making it seem like, you feel me, if we got a problem, like, you can be 100, like, you be 100, like, that's why you can't hold anything back. Everybody got to say so, because what Rand them say is collaboration, right? So everybody got to be all in this, all together, though. I like it, though. It's the new age in life, you feel me? Like, now, like, she ain't the 2000 no more. It's like it's a different generation. So, I mean, I fuck with it, though.
For sure.
And my bad. And what RJ was saying too is like when Arden was talking about, like, hey, with Vrabel, it seemed like we would move on past plays, even though if we didn't get it right. And with this regime, we kind of make sure to go forward with it, or we stay there and make sure everybody got it. that can be good and that can also be bad too, which I believe Brian would have the foresight to be like, okay, we're not going to stay and harp on one play for too long. We're going to make sure everybody's under track, because there still has to be some NFL speed to like, hey, you got to catch up. We can't baby step everybody through, but we also do have to take time to make sure people are fully getting taught and fully understanding what is happening as well. So as long as there is that like that proper awareness of knowing that, hey, we're trying to slow down, make sure people understand, and we're not spoon feeding, baby feeding these people these plays as well.
No,
I just think players nowadays, they just not gonna. You can't do that old school stuff, bro. You're not gonna sit there and scream at somebody all day like you could back in 1999. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't work today's game, man. Like these players nowadays, they got social media, they got egos. You know what I'm saying? They making a lot of money. Like they making way more money than the coach. So it's like, I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna have this dude, another grown man talk to me like this. Like, nah, man. When you come at me, like, and I like how Brian Callahan, he uses profile tapes. He shows you what you're doing wrong, and he explains to you why you did it wrong. And he doesn't sit there and, well, you suck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, this is what you do wrong. And if you don't get this correct, we just going to find somebody else that can do it. You know what I'm saying? And he just he keep it 100. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, man. We'll go ahead and get to a couple of comments real quick, Trey. And I'm going to actually let you elaborate on one of them. Shout out to Jake Robinson too in the building. We got rid of the leader of men and got some real teachers that can come, and that's what these younger guys needed. I mean, the older guys that was on our roster years back, they needed, the leader of men type of coach. Now, as the roster turnover came and guys, got to the back ends of their career, we started bringing in younger guys who, like RJ said, they don't subscribe to all that rah-rah type of coaching or whatnot, man. And they need real teachers. And that's what Brian Callahan and his staff is providing. They provide quality teaching. And Trey, this was the comment I was gonna let you get to. Vrabel was an okay coach, but he wasn't a top 10 coach like ESPN tries to say. Trey, now, speak on this for a second, man, because, Vrabel didn't get much acknowledgement when he was actually here coaching. But the second we fired him, it seemed like, Vrabel is the greatest thing that happened to professional football.
So I'm gonna keep it a buck though. I feel like Vrabel is a good coach, though. But I feel like, how we're a small market, so we don't get no love. But as much as he had to deal with, I feel like Vrabel, he's probably top 10. Would y'all say that?
I think at his time, like 2019, 2020, 2021, I say he was a top 10 coach. I firmly argue that he is a top 10 coach. I just think that I just feel like what he did was starting. I mean, he was kind of a little bit past this old school. Like that old school stuff was only going to work probably till like 2020. And I think 2021 was the last year it was going to work. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't. And we didn't win to go to the Super Bowl. And after that, it's just like, all right, bro, we tired of hearing this stuff, bro. You know what I'm saying? We not as talented as we was. We ain't trying to hear that. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think it can work. Like we always keep saying this old school mentality don't work. But look at the Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell is doing exactly that over there for the Detroit Lions. The thing for Vrabel is, as I started looking at over and over again, the downfall for Vrabel right now is not having a coaching tree and not having enough coaching friends that actually know what they're doing to come and help you, so you don't have to focus on everything and try to have your hands in everything and be spread out as a coach. Things that make good coaches is not only about good coaching and know what you got to do, because Vrabel knows those things. Now, is he like the greatest ever? No, but he's a good coach and he knows what you're supposed to do.
I think
putting that together is the biggest thing for Vrabel now. If he can figure out how to put a coaching staff together, he'll be able to go out there and do a lot better for another team.
I think if Vrabel went to a team like the Dallas Cowboys, a team that's good every single season, that knows how to get to the place that Vrabel is trying to get to, and they just need a coach to get them over what they're trying to get to. Like, it's like the Cowboys can't get over the obstacle of the divisional. Like they can't get over the divisional. You get a guy like Vrabel in there, a guy that can push them to get over this divisional hurdle that they can't get over. I think that's the type of coach that he is. But he's not gonna bring some team like the Panthers right now that needs a coach that's gonna lead, that's gonna build up the guys and teach them how to play football at a high level. You know, so he needs to get a team that's already built that can lead them into where they need to go to. You know,
and I want to remind everybody too that's been out here kind of slandering Vrabel in his first time. Like, if he was so good, why didn't he have a job here real quick? Remember, Bill Belichick also coached for the Browns out there and didn't do good, and then finally went to Patriots. But that's going to have to be Vrabel's thing. Is Vrabel is going to have to expand his coaching tree because he knows what he needs to do. He's a good coach.
But
I believe he can coach a team to go where he wants to go, but he's going to have to get a supporting cast around him. He's going to have to figure out to build a proper coaching staff / team in that can put together the product on the field that he wants. It's not everybody can just fit in Vrabel's style of coaching staff.
Yeah,
but do you think he would do that though?
Go ahead, Troy.
Say again?
But do you think Vrabel will like do that though? Like, do you think he openly like, you know, it's his shit or the highway?
No, I think he will. I think the downfall for Vrabel was he maybe got a head coaching job too quick because you wasn't in the NFL coaching ranks enough to work your way up like some guys are, to build some of those coaching friendships and relationships like a lot of other guys do. You just got a head coaching job and then try to bring in guys you might have liked and then build in friendships. That didn't work. So then you bring in guys that you have friendship, but you didn't build nothing but 2 years of coaching staff in the NFL before you got a head coaching job. So how many relationships and friendships was you able to really build just in the Houston Texans locker room and the Ohio State locker room? You needed to kind of position coach or D coordinator a little bit just so you could get some coaching friends, so you could build a coaching staff around you. And I don't think Vrabel ever went through that process.
I'll say this though, I do like what Rashid had to say where he said the Browns, if he would take over the Browns if they were having a losing season, and I could see that happening. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe, you know, the Browns, they had to hire him for some reason. They didn't just hire him just for him to get Kevin Stefanski coffee. Like he's out there, you look like he's coaching these guys. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like he's making connections with these guys. He's the backup option. If you don't think he is, then the Browns ain't did what they want to do, man. And they want to get to the Super Bowl, man. And I just feel like, man, they feel like Vrabel could get them there if Kevin Stefanski can't do it.
Ain't a lot of. I think the Browns do like fit him though.
Yeah, bro. Because like, who's the D coordinator over there? Jim. So. And Jim and everybody kept saying, well, oh, no, Vrabel and Jim don't have a good relationship, this and that. And then Jim left because of Vrabel. He don't want to coach. But then where's Vrabel at? He's right back over there with Brown coaching with Jim. So maybe Jim and Vrabel had a better relationship. And Jim was talking to him like, hey, you know, if you're not sold on Stefanski, you might bring in Vrabel and get a closer look at him without having to necessarily just get an interview basis. You can have this guy come in and you can actually see how he coaches and see if you're maybe sold on this guy. Because I mean, that could be a real possibility that he could be a Stefanski replacement. I didn't think about that till you just brought that up.
And I mean, you look at the Browns, man, they really kind of built like we was back in the day. I mean, granted, Deshaun Watson and Tannehill are kind of two different quarterbacks, but I mean, they got their power run team. They got an elite running back in Nick Chubb. You know what I'm saying? They have an elite defense. Like people don't realize how good that defense is. And then you give Vrabel an elite defense, he's gonna make them play good. I mean, granted, I didn't really like his defenses too much. I just didn't like how not aggressive that he was. But like, when yeah,
a Mike Vrabel defense with a Myles Garrett. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Like he gets Myles Garrett, man, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
comment caught me off guard, bro. My bad.
Cutting up in the comments again, y'all. Y'all give
What happened?
a little second, man. They cutting up in the comments again, man. But speaking of comments, man, there's two comments, man, that pretty much stood out to me when we talk about Vrabel. And shout out to TK watching tonight, man. Hey, your paralegal said we can hate on Vrabel all we want, but he's top 2 coach in the franchise, probably top 10 in the NFL. See, here's the thing about top 2 coach in our franchise. I mean, that ain't saying much. That's just like saying that who can we say?
Are we just going off of strictly Titans, or you putting the Oilers in there as well? Because if we putting the Oilers in there, I don't think he's better. I don't think he's top 2.
No.
Bro, you saying Vrabel is top 2 coach in our franchise is like putting me in a room full of bald men and telling me I got the most hair in the room. That you ain't saying much, bro. It's not much at all that you're saying about that. There's not a big comparison.
He's not better than Jeff Fisher though. Like, I mean, let's be real. Jeff Fisher is a better coach than him, man. And I like Vrabel. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't like him how he ended. But Jeff Fisher went to a Super Bowl. He has more playoff wins than him. Like, it's nah. You know what I'm saying?
That's like trying to compare our receivers all time versus somebody else's receiver. Let's say the Vikings receiver, since we're gonna be talking Justin Jefferson later on. Let's like compare our receivers versus their receivers or whatever. It's not saying much, man, because I mean, look at what we've had come through here as head coaches. And Corey best said it to me. This is where I'm at with it. Vrabel was definitely a good coach. We just reached the ceiling with him. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, we reached our ceiling with Vrabel. I mean, he took us AFC Championship game. I mean, you already know what time it is in the playoffs, man. Best quarterback gonna win usually. And Mahomes, I mean, ended up going to the Super Bowl that year and winning, man. And man, I mean, that's pretty much why I stand with Vrabel. He was good for us for the time being. I most definitely appreciate everything that he done for us. But, I mean, it was just evident out there on the field that it was time for us to move on to something different because what he was doing, it wasn't working. Somebody even said it in the comments, like, the defense may have moved on, but the offense, I mean, they stay right there just doing the same old. Run Derrick Henry up the middle. Run them up the middle. Then try to run them, to the right. Damn sure couldn't run them to the left because the left side was getting blown up like a motherfucker. But, man, I mean, it just wasn't no evolution.
Yeah, and to that too, like he's a defensive-minded coach, and this is things I had to learn when I was looking at the offseason trying to defend Vrabel was the last 2 years, the defense got worse. In the last 2 years, the offense got better. The last 2 years, the offense was actually way better than the defense was. The last 2 years, we was a 22nd and 28th ranked defense. And on offense, we was sitting there like a 17 and an 18th ranked offense. Like, so everybody kept saying that like the defense was doing good, but that defense was starting to fall off. It was starting to become a bad defense, and that was supposed to be your specialty as well. So you weren't bringing coaching in, and then your specialty was starting to fall. It does make sense why we needed to leave and move on from Vrabel. I was just not confident in the time that Miss Amy and Ram was going to be able to find a guy and get somebody to come in here, but I was wrong about that one too. So we'll see how it actually turns out though.
So we'd have knocked out half of the next part we were going to talk about. We were going to talk about the pros and cons of each, but we've already pretty much been over the pros and cons of the old regime. Now let's talk about the new regime, pros and cons of the new regime. I'll start it off. And, I mean, it's new life in the building, like we said. I mean, guys are more energetic. Guys are more upbeat. They're wanting to be in the building now. I mean, they don't dread coming to work anymore. I mean, they locked in because they're learning some new stuff from some guys who done experienced a lot of greatness. Now, a con to that. And this is something that I haven't seen too many people bring up, but I thought about something today. And most of y'all I ain't gonna say y'all gonna hate me for this, but you're gonna feel some type of way about what I'm finna get ready to say. But
I don't know what you're gonna say.
You remember when AJ Brown left Tennessee, and AJ Brown went to the Philadelphia Eagles, and AJ Brown pretty much said being around Vrabel is not fun. I'm having fun up here in Philly. I feel like I can be myself. Well, You got a lot of players right now talking about, they feel like they can be themselves now. They feel like, they don't have to, minimize themselves or whatever. And, it sounds cool right now, but I mean, how's it going to play out when we get into the season? I mean, honestly, if we win in games, I mean, everybody's going to be living it up and having a good time. But if we come out slow, losing games or whatever, I mean, how's those personalities going to be in the locker room or whatever? Because you see how AJ Brown acts when the Eagles aren't doing what he wants the Eagles to do. So do we have some of those guys in the building right now? I mean, that's something that people need to think about when they, talking about this new regime and all this energy. No, there still needs to be some discipline in the building.
Yeah, and that's something I say too with pros is that they have guys excited. They have guys not only just excited about getting on the field and playing football, they have guys excited about being in the classroom and just learning. Like you saw some of the tapes at the beginning. JC Latham on that first day with Bertha was out there, wasn't doing so good, trying to figure it out, work, get his technique right. What was he doing after practice? After practice, he's out there doing more reps, out there working with Bertha, out there working on hitting more machines, hitting more pads. He took the time to stay after. So they got the guys that are not just excited about, okay, let's show up, get stuff, and leave. They're excited about who they can be, that they can be themselves, and then they can put in the extra work. The con to me, and we've been overlooking this a little bit too this offseason as well because of all the excitement that has been going on, and this is a big con for me in the near future, is Brian Callahan has never called a play. He's not called a play in the NFL. He hasn't set up a game plan, a strategy that's going to lead a team to a win yet. He's helped execute that game plan, but he hasn't necessarily put one together all on his own. I know he helped Zach and all those things. I'm not trying to take away from him, but to do it all on your own now, this is your first time. And it's a lot of coaches together that did work good in their systems, but now are in a role of a first time to actually step up and execute as well. So we got to actually see these guys execute. We got to actually see if Brian can actually make calls and make adjustments in games too. That's one of our biggest flaws we had last year too, was not making in-game adjustments against guys. So we have talent now for you. Let's see the game plan that you can go out there and let's see if you can actually execute and call plays as well.
A point to what Marako was saying about AJ Brown. I think every team in the NFL has those type of guys on the roster, man, where when things ain't going well, I'm ready, I quit. I'm not gonna go out there and play. My knee hurts, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the other. I feel like everybody has those on the team. So we can't really what we need to do is just focus on winning games so we don't have to deal with that garbage. You feel me? But I mean, granted, we're not the best team in the NFL. We're just a team that I feel like is going to shock some teams this year because we're better than what you think we are, And as in for Firestone is saying about Brian Callahan, I agree with that. He hasn't called it. He hasn't called an NFL game yet. He hasn't called it exactly one. I mean, he knows what it takes to call an NFL game, but I don't. He's never actually done it. And we'll see how he plays the game of chess. We'll see how he, calls plays and what he does with Will Levis, because I do like that he is very, very like Will Levis friendly. I want to do what Will Levis wants us to do in certain situations. So he's making sure that Levis knows what's going on. They have a good relationship, and I don't think we've ever had that since Jeff Fisher and Steve McNair. You feel me? Like, and I feel like after Steve McNair left, we ain't never had no good coach and quarterback relationship, in my opinion. I mean, maybe Tannehill and Vrabel. I mean, Vrabel wasn't really calling plays, so it's like, yeah, like I don't even think that one was good. They just was cool with each other. We talking about a below average quarterback and a below average coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we'll see what Levis is, and we'll see what Brian Callahan is as a coach, man. But if I were to bet and be a betting man, man, I bet these guys will work, because I've seen Brian Callahan's track record when it comes to quarterbacks, man, and every single one of them like him, man. You know what I'm saying? So they all got some good things. Yeah.
You're right, bro. I didn't think about that. We haven't had like that coach QB duo since like Jeff Fisher and McNair. That the closest we probably had was Malarkey and Mariota, but that wasn't even close to it. But I think that's the closest we had. Like you said, Vrabel wasn't really calling plays, but at least Malarkey was kind of talking. You saw that talk with Mariota from time to time about stuff, but that just didn't work out. So Yeah, bro, that's a chemistry. That's something we've been lacking too. Holy shit.
But and now you see why Miss Amy is so big on cooperation, because she seen what she watched her dad her whole life, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like she done watch the reason why the Titans have failed before she became the owner was because of cooperation. They didn't want to cooperate with each other. Bud Adams want to do his own thing. Jeff Fisher want to do his own thing. Russ Webster want to do his own thing. You get what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna win nothing like that. You feel me? Like, and she started seeing that going on in our thing, so in her franchise. And I just look at it like this, man. We got to be on the same page if we want to get to a Super Bowl, man. There's no Super Bowl team that did it on their own. You feel me? It was a cooperative team.
Bro, because you're right. Because when we had Nate Washington on the episode, remember he said we'd be out there practicing all week with Kerry, and then Bud would call down and say, "Hey, we want Vince to start this week." So Vince is starting this week, and he's like, "We didn't even practice with him. Vince wasn't even there. Didn't put on a helmet, nothing." But because Bud wanted Vince to play, Vince was playing. So like, yeah, we got to have a collaboration because we definitely can't have that in this new age. It definitely cannot.
Yeah. There's been a lot of forced marriages when it comes to the Titans and head coach and quarterback, man. But I was thinking about Tannehill and Vrabel, but I mean, even with that right there, it just felt like Tannehill was just out there just trying to do his job, trying to do what Vrabel is telling him to, as opposed to them working together, trying to get wins.
He wasn't doing what was best for Tannehill. I'll say that. He was just doing what was best to win the game. I'll say this. I think Tannehill had a better relationship with Arthur Smith than he actually did with Vrabel, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because I watched a couple of videos of him talking to Arthur Smith. He was telling Arthur, like, I don't really like this play. You know what I'm saying? Man, we should run this play. We should do this, that, and the other. And one particular play was the one in that Baltimore game where we threw that deep ball to Khalif Raymond. Tannehill called that play. You know what I'm saying? If you go back and look, Tannehill called that play. So,
bro, Tannehill and Arthur was like the couple that's on a date, and then Vrabel was the third wheel friend that's just joined along, and they're sitting there like trying to figure out where you want to go. It's like, you want to go Panera? You want to go to Cheesecake Factory? You want to go here? And then Vrabel's just back there. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Yeah, that's good. So he's just like a tag along, bro. You're right, man. Now Arthur Smith and Ryan Tannehill had a good little relationship.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up Arthur too, man, because I really didn't even think about it. I was just straight up thinking like head coach and quarterback. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead, keep this thing rocking and rolling. We got 185 in the building, man. Shout out to everybody watching tonight. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. And I was talking about, this new regime and, how everybody's got this high energy, but I wonder how the energy is going to be if they get into the season and get to losing games. One guy that I've been hearing about here in the last few days, because I've been watching a lot of Titan videos, and a lot of those guys have been talking about Denora Wilson. First thing they say when they talk about Denora Wilson is, yeah, man, dude aggressive. Dude do not play. That's the discipline that's in the building. I mean, defensive coordinator. He's not the head coach, but still, you do got a guy in the building. And he honest to God truth. I mean, he has a couple of good seasons here in Tennessee. I mean, you're talking about a future head coach. So, I mean, when you got that type of dude, man, I mean, everybody around him, the team listens to him. And Callahan, I think Callahan, he does have it in him to, check those egos if they get too high, because you can't forget that this man done worked with Peyton Manning before.
Yeah.
I mean, he done worked with the ego of all egos or whatnot. I mean, he's been on those winning teams. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. He's dealt with a lot of great dudes. So, I don't think it's going to be a problem, but you never can tell until, shit hit the fans.
Bro, I know. I don't know if y'all saw the Spagnola clip today where I think it was either today or yesterday where he was talking about L'Jarius Sneed and how they're going to miss him in Kansas City because so many people's like, oh, he come to Tennessee, but can LJ actually fit into your system? And L'Jarius going to do whatever you need to do. He might be a scheme fit guy. Spagnola's time to talk about how it's going to be hard and difficult trying to replace Snead on this defense, and he don't know if anybody can step up, if they got anybody on there to do that, all this stuff, and all these fans all offseason like, they don't need to lose Snead. Snead's not even the best corner on their team. All that talk that they've been doing. And now
I think that defense
got to replace him, bro.
Their DB coach said that replacing L'Jarius Sneed is like trying to replace Michael Jordan. Did you see that? He said, Michael Jordan.
I mean, they speak highly of Steve, man. True Hype, man. Shout out to True Hype in the building, man. Coming through with the super chat. He says, Stillman been saying that the Titans have toxic positivity right now. And he said today, we don't even know if Peter Skoronski is a bust. I mean, and I rock with Jared. I ultimately rock with Jared because, I mean, I've been listening to Jared since, 2014, 2015 or whatever, but I mean, man, y'all already know what time it is with Jared, man. Jared out there, he chasing ratings right now, so he's saying a lot of crazy shit that's going to stir the pot. So when you listen to Jared Stillman, just, take everything he's saying with a grain of salt. He's not lying about the Peter Skoronski thing. We really don't know, but come on, though.
Bro, the way, bro, what is toxic positivity? What the
I've never even heard of it. They don't even make it.
Maybe it's overly optimistic is what he said. I don't know, but I've never seen those two words put together before.
I'm not even overly. Like I said, I got the Titans winning 8 or 9 games, so I don't think that's overly optimistic. I said that the Titans may sneak into the wild card playoff. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with this team. I don't think that's overly optimistic because we won 6 games last year with a terrible team. That team was terrible. We've won 9 games with Mariota at quarterback. You feel me? The Mariota teams was going 9-7. It's not. I don't think it's wild for this team to win 9 games. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to say toxic positivity and then to say we don't even know if Peter Skoronski's a bust yet makes it sound like you're rooting for this man to be a bust. That's what that shit sounds like. We don't know if he's a bust yet. Rather than we don't know if he's going to work out yet. We've tried to be careful of putting a bust tag on Burks and just saying Burks ain't been working out. And it's been 1 year Peter Skoronski and you're like, we ain't even figured out if he's a bust yet. Who just says that off of rip just describing a first round draft pick from a year ago? And what the fuck is toxic positivity, man? Misery loves company, don't it?
I just don't with Stillman, man. I just at this point, I'm just gonna put him in the same category as Paul Kaharski at this point, because they just the same person to me, man. They just look for any little thing they can nitpick with the Titans, man.
I don't know, PK, god dang it. I mean, PK, it'd be a point to what PK be saying, but PK just say the shit that people don't want to hear at the time. Jared, on the other hand, Jared is in the realm of being a conspiracy theorist.
Bro, you ain't lying. It's like he wakes up and it's like, how can I piss Titan fans off today?
That's facts.
Peter Skoronski ain't a bust yet. We ain't figured that out. Oh, y'all toxic. Y'all's optimistic. Y'all's happy about your team for the first time. Let's rain on this parade. Y'all's toxic positivity is not good for the organization. What?
I think we got to do a new term for the night. Toxic positivity.
Bro, I promise when y'all get too optimistic about something, that's what I'm gonna pull out on you. Hey, your toxic positivity is showing, guys. Down. Oh. So wow,
and
never in my life.
And I agree with Aubrey, man. PK be speaking the truth. Yeah, he be speaking the truth. Like I said, though, I mean, he be speaking it at a time dude, I don't want to hear that shit right now. Shut up, man. But Jared, god dang it, Jared will come up with some shit that ain't nobody even thinking about. And when he say this shit, it's like, what the fuck is you talking? Why did you even think of this shit? Come on, man.
Like he commented on one of my articles that we dropped for Alton, man, and I was just like, it was the one I said about the Titans are sitting on a gold mine with Caleb Farley and Burks. And I'm just saying that just to get some reactions, you feel me? And here he goes, that's a hot take. Like, how can you say mine? All these hot takes this man has, bro. How is mine a hot take?
He got 4 hours worth of hot takes, bro. That's his radio show Monday through Friday. Y'all make sure y'all listen too, man. Cause like I said, shout out to Jared, man. That crazy motherfucker. But man, he got 4 hours worth of hot takes. I mean, he does this thing on Fridays, hot take Friday or Fireball Friday, whatever they call it. Man, look, man, that shit happens every single day. All you got to do is turn on his show, and I guarantee you, he is saying some hot shit.
Hey, RJ, you must have some hot takes for him Stillman to say you had a hot take, bro. You was over
I said we sitting on a gold mine with Caleb Farley and Traylon Burks, man. And I mean, are we not though? Like, if these boys happen to figure it out and become what they are supposed to be, it's a gold mine. You feel me? We got all these corners, all these receivers. Like,
man, did y'all see Jared? Did y'all see Koharski getting after Jared on the radio? I think it was what, last week sometime.
That'd be a good beef.
So Paul Koharski, he was I forget which show it was or whatever, but it was a 102.5, and Jared had called in, and Koharski, he pretty much was questioning Jared about some of the shit that he been saying, man. And if somebody know the show that I'm talking about, put it in the comments. But I'm telling you, man, I mean, it was some of the best radio ever, because I mean, PK was on his ass. It was like Jared was in court and PK, he was the DA, and I'm telling you, man, he got on Stillman's ass, man. But let's go ahead and keep this thing rocking and rolling, man. I think we done got a little sidetracked, but it's all right, because this is Titans Colosseum Podcast, man. Y'all know how we do on here, man. Justin Jefferson, he done got paid, y'all. Like we expected. I didn't expect him to get paid before, CD Lamb and who else? T. Higgins, Jamar Chase. I didn't expect him to get paid before them guys, but he reset the market. I mean, let's go ahead and keep it real, man. I mean, this is what, $140 million contract or something like that. The highest, he's the highest paid wide receiver ever. Of course, that's mandatory, but he's the highest paid non-quarterback ever. The motherfucker's getting quarterback money. He's guaranteed like $110 million of the motherfucker or something.
NBA money.
I mean, it's an outrageous amount of money, but at the same time, he deserves it. That man right there, ever since he got into the league, he ain't been doing nothing but putting in work, man. RJ, your thoughts? Justin Jefferson, new contract.
Yeah, man. I think he deserves every penny. He's a freaking beast, man. He do need to stay healthy, but man, he just raised the bar, man. It's gonna be hard for a team like the 49ers and a team like the Bengals, man, to go and pay them receivers, because Justin Jefferson just raised the market up, man, for these receivers, dog. And it's gonna and one thing we not noticing, Calvin Ridley deal looking a lot more better than what he did that day.
Somebody signed Calvin Ridley contract goes down, like we told y'all back when he signed the contract. By the time everybody signs their deal, Calvin Ridley shit is going to be down there in the low teens, high 20s somewhere.
Yeah, the CD Lamb, I don't think he's gonna be a Cowboy next year. I don't think they have the money to pay dude. They don't have the money for him. And guess what? Guess who will have the money next year? Hey, I'm being real, man. We gonna have bed next year too. We could probably go throw that mug. Hey, we go get CD Lamb, bro. Oh God,
bro, I'm all for bringing old OU wide receivers back to the Titans. Go ahead, bring them Titans. I'm fine, bro. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like everybody keeps saying we draft the receiver first round, but if you look at next year's like class, wide receiver class, bro, it is ridiculous. Like I'm telling you, we don't need to draft the receiver. Like receiver is about to become the new running back. I'm telling y'all, it's too many good receivers for us to be trying to draft one in the first round right now. Like we need to fix other stuff about our roster before we go after these receivers. Like we can keep on putting the money into the receiving core while we have a quarterback on a rookie deal. You know, I think you should go after first round receivers when you pay your quarterback. That's the one time. That's when you should start going after receivers, man. Like you look at you see why the Jaguars did it. They went after receiver first round because they're about to pay Trevor Lawrence, so they need to have these young receivers that's on cheap deals. You get what I'm saying? So they can, you know what I'm saying. So Trevor Lawrence can still eat. You know what I'm saying? But he just got to do a little bit more now. So
I'm with you like partially on that, but just because like. You can't pay them all like free agents because this cap is about, or this wide receiver market is about to go crazy. They're about to get paid ridiculous, especially now with this Justin Jefferson, because it's 4 years. What is it? It's 4 years, 140 million and 110 million guaranteed, bro. That's crazy. So some of these other wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb next year come out, gonna be wanting around that same way. You already heard where like Brandon Ayuk was wanting around like 20, 25, 30 million a year for what he wants. So a lot of these free agent wide receivers are going to have a hefty price tag. Yeah. So why not just go ahead and go draft the guy, the wide receiver? It might start turning into a QB position where we got to draft them young, get a Super Bowl with them within their rookie contract, and make somebody else pay for them afterwards. It's getting crazy.
So if you are the Cowboys, who do you pick? You pick CeeDee Lamb or you pick Micah Parsons?
For me, they have to go pay Micah Parsons and start rebuilding the team around Micah. You have to around Micah and Diggs.
You're not gonna find another Micah Parsons. I'll be 100%. You're not gonna find. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to find CeeDee Lamb, but you can find somebody that can live up to CeeDee Lamb. In my opinion.
But you don't necessarily have to have a CeeDee Lamb to win a Super Bowl.
You need a Michael Parsons,
though. Win with average wide receivers, but you need a game changer and a game wrecker on defense for you to win a Super Bowl. And that's what Micah is for you for years to come. So you build around Micah and Diggs, and then you just rebuild this offense. Like you're going to have to let that O-line go. Dallas is going to have to start doing the rebuild. They just don't have the money to keep everybody around. They're going to start leaving. And Jerry Jones said they was all in this year. And if that's all in, what all in looks like, holy shit, they want to be a dumpster fire for me.
He putting a Bud Adams. If you guys don't win Super Bowl, everybody gone.
Yeah. Man, look, man, I'm going to be writing about that later on, probably tonight in the morning. But, man, look, man, if y'all ain't watched the OTP show with Mike Keith, you know, with the rookies, giving those guys the history of the franchise, please go watch it, man. I mean, it is a great watch, man. I mean, I got the chills just listening to Mike Keith. And honest to God, truth, I mean, halfway through, I forgot who Mike Keith was. And when I say that, I mean, like, I wasn't looking at Mike Keith like he's Mike Keith, the great Titans radio announcer. I was looking at Mike Keith like he was a goddamn coach up there. I'm talking about he was in his fucking bag talking to those rookies about the history of the Tennessee Titans. And y'all wonder why I am the way I am when I talk about the Texans and the Colts and the Jaguars, because I understand the history between us and these teams. When you see rivals, it's up with rivals. None of that friendly shit. Fuck all that. It's on sight when you see them motherfuckers. I'm talking about, look at the AFC North. Every time the Steelers and the Ravens meet each other, it's up. Fuck all that friendly shit. We finna settle up right here on the field. Ain't finna be none of that head shaking, jersey swapping bullshit. No, we finna handle what we gotta handle. And when we get finished, we gonna see y'all ass the next time. It's like that with every single one of those teams up there. And that's the way that it needs to be in the AFC South. Sorry.
Real shit, bro.
I think the Titans are bringing that type of pressure, though, man. I think the Titans.
Hey, real shit, though, bro. Hey, real shit, though. That's the type of energy you gotta be, bro. Like, that's the only way. Cause like I done that nice shit, man. Like, real talk, though. Like, that's what gonna separate us. Like, ain't none of that friendly shit out there, man. I agree with you, bro. 110.
And I think the Titans bringing that pressure. Like every time we beat somebody in the division, we let them hear it, bro. Like y'all suck, y'all this, y'all trash. And I'm being real. Like if this team don't beat the Texans this year, bro, I'm not gonna have the respect that I need to have for. Like I'm so used to watching us beat the Texans all the time that I'm like, we got to beat them, bro. Like we can't just keep getting swept by them. It's the same way with the Colts. Like we got to beat the Colts, bro. You know,
we should. I ain't lie though.
it,
I don't lie. Like we should be getting swept by nobody.
Nobody.
It should never be. It's either 2-0 or 1-1. That's the mentality at the end of the day. We shouldn't be getting swept by nobody at all. Like I feel like I be on Facebook. I be watching a Texas fan. They be posting that picture of Will Levis getting hurt. It feel like his back almost like broke. Like that shit right there. That's like bullet print shit right there. You do the same shit to their quarterback. You try to break his fucking neck. It's football. End of the day, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm gonna give you a prime example of what I was talking about. Really, what RJ was talking about too. But man, if y'all can remember a few years back when we started sweeping the Colts, Irsay didn't waste no time with that. Irsay, y'all already know what he said after the Titans beat the Colts. I think it was the game Carson Wentz was out there limping around on one leg.
Two ankles. He had two ankles. They iced up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was out there limping around and shit. And even with that going on, Irsay was pissed off. Irsay went to them guys and said, like, look, this come to Jesus meeting, and it's about the Titans kicking our ass because they always kick our ass. And if you a Titans fan, you know damn well that the Colts been kicking our ass for so goddamn long. But we just started beating the Colts, and you see how first they jumped on top of that shit, was telling them like, no, this ain't cool. We shouldn't be losing to these motherfuckers. That's the energy that we gotta have towards these other teams because they don't give a fuck about us. So why the fuck should we give a fuck about what they got going on?
And that's how I feel about last season.
Yep.
Like last season was so hard because I watched us get swept by the Colts. I watched us get swept by the Texans, and there was nothing we could do about it. I thought we was about to get swept by the Jaguars, and I'm at the last game. I'm like, bro, we really might go 0-6 in the division. Like this is sad, bro. Like this is, I know Miss Amy pissed off, bro. Like, and then we beat them, but still, it was like, okay, well, I done seen us beat the Jags a million times. I mean, granted, we didn't get swept by everybody in the division, but that Colts and the Texans L's, man, it just didn't sit right with me, bro. We should have won at least. We should have beat the Colts and Texans at least one time this year. One time, you know what I'm saying? Like both of them games
should have beat them both at home.
And the fact that the game we took out AR and Gardner Minshew came in, we should have beat the Colts that game. There ain't no way in hell Gardner Minshew came in and fucking beat us that game, bro. Ain't no way.
I knew that shit was gonna happen.
Yeah, like the second one.
Oh, you know, Jay.
The second one, we was most definitely supposed to beat we had them dead in the water, and they could then. Deshaun Murphy Bunton gave up a 60-yard bomb to Alec Pierce. Like he's garbage. Like you know what I'm saying?
Happen. Like a dude like Alec Pierce, he cannot beat you, bro. Like that shit cannot happen.
Yeah, man. Like Rashad said, that's the energy I'm talking about. Titan versus. Yeah, man. I mean, shoot. I mean, and we're gonna get to CJ Stroud in a second. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all go buy that, man. TitanColosseum.com merch. Hey man, we got everything. But yeah, man. I mean, shoot, man. Like I said, that's why I be, on Texans fans' ass the way I be on their ass, and I be on my fellow fans' ass when they be acknowledging these motherfuckers. Man, fuck CJ Stroud, goddammit. Y'all acting like y'all ain't never seen a motherfucker pass for over 4,000 yards before. The shit that he does, that shit ain't special. That shit is not impressive. And I say that because if Levis done it, you think them motherfuckers would be sitting up giving Levis all this goddamn credit? No, the fuck they wouldn't. They wouldn't be saying the goddamn thing unless they win in football games.
Yeah, you know how I feel about CJ Stroud, man. I'm just tired of this. I'm just tired of that mouth he got, bro. He's talking way too much this offseason after one season, man. And I think he's gonna get humble. They're gonna humble him this year, bro. Like, he's about to get humble, I don't care what a Texans fan got to tell me. He good. He ain't Patrick Mahomes, bro. He ain't Joe Burrow. You feel me? He good though.
Yeah, we won't see, bro. Facts. He's just not what they are, bro. I think that they've been so long, and I think the fact that they sat there and watched their team lose Deshaun Watson to the legal stuff, then trade Deshaun Watson away. They watched their franchise pay all this money for Brock Osweiler that didn't do nothing. They try to sit here with Savage all these years and Case Keenum, and then I'll finally CJ Stroud does show up and do some things, and they ready to blow that shit out the water. It's just like the Vince Lombardi quote that goes, hey, when you score a touchdown, act like you've been there before. And every time the Texans finally get a little good of something, they got to blow it over the top like they done something when they're the youngest franchise, one of the youngest franchises in this NFL, and has done nice. Yeah, so with them and what Carolina came in the same year, right?
No, they came in on their own. They came in 2002. Like Carolina was in like 96. They came in when the Jaguars.
96, they came in same time.
Who came in with Texans that year?
Nobody came in. The Texans came on their own.
They finally let the
last expansion team. They fans claim they're not an expansion team, but those motherfuckers, they a goddamn expansion team. Ain't nobody think about what them silly motherfuckers talking about.
Yeah, so it's just blowing everything out of proportion and out of water, bro. We've seen several QBs come in and do good one year and look like they was about to be something and then flame out. I mean, shit, Carson Wentz had an MVP year. Where the fuck is he at now? So you got to come out here and do it on a regular basis. You can't get excited over 1 year of something because the average NFL player is, 3-4 years? So do this shit consistently. Then we'll talk about you being something good. But Mahomes has more Super Bowls than you have years in the NFL, and your fan base is trying to act like you're better than that man. Pump the brakes just a little bit.
Yeah, pump the brakes, please. Especially CJ Stroud, man. He on these talk shows, man, and he talking crazy to everybody, man. And I'm like, bro, like, and you just looking at him like, I'm like, dude. Like, even Tank Dell, when he was talking, bro, Tank Dell looking at him like, bro, chill out. Like,
yeah, he putting
out, bro.
Unnecessary target on their back. They already gonna have a target on their back just by them being the team that they are. I mean, they came into last season, wasn't nobody too much thinking about the Texans, and by the end of the season, they was one of the hottest teams in the NFL. I mean, that's a target within itself because when you get to a new season, guess what? Teams are not going to be sleeping on you. Teams are going to be looking at you like, hey, this one of them teams right here, we got to bring it. Now, when this high yellow motherfucker sitting up here talking all this shit, talking about, oh, I told such and such this, and I told such and such that, and you're delusional. You're stupid. When you talking to motherfuckers like this right here, that's a whole nother target. That's probably a target that he has never had on his back. And he needs to watch what he's saying because those dudes right there, they will humble your ass real quick. And also, too, he forgetting about the fact that he's around one of the most toxic motherfuckers in the league in Stephon Diggs. And Diggs gets up out there, gets unhappy because Tank Dell catching too many passes or Nico Collins catching too many passes. I mean, CJ Stroud is going to hear about it. And I wonder if CJ Stroud going to jump on these talk shows and talk about how bad he talked to Stephon Diggs. I don't think he'll say anything to Stephon Diggs.
I'm just saying, these talk shows, they look good now because everything going good for you, bro. Y'all had a good offseason. Y'all had a good season last year. Everything went your way. You got a good coach, man. But as soon as that adversity hit, and I told Matthew Briggs when I was on his show, man, I said, bro, adversity's coming, bro. It's all about if you can get over that adversity, bro, because it's coming. I promise you, you guys are about to get everybody's best game because everybody knows, everybody has circled y'all on your schedule, bro. You're going to get everybody's best game. And I'm looking at this guy, I said, that's a good team. That's a good team. I'm like, man, they got a lot of good teams they about to see, bro.
Right.
Like, you're not going to show up every week and beat everybody. Like,
Ronnie said, I mean, they playing a first place schedule, man. I mean, it's up with everybody.
Yeah, bro, because the fact that not only is he done a lot of things last year that people's like, all right, I'm watching your tape. You're not going to catch us off guard. A lot of people talked about how he talked crazy on the field last year as it is. He's talking crazy on these podcasts. So they already been studying you, ready to do these things. So not only are they studying you, but these motherfucking defensive players are already getting comeback lines ready for you. Hey man, go back to them podcasts. You do better on them podcasts than you do on the field. There's gonna be so many guys ready to say some things to make a play just so they can talk some smack to CJ because he talked very reckless on the field last year, and you're kind of seeing that in the play and in these podcasts now too. So, bro, you better watch what you say because these NFL players are grown ass men that's playing to feed their family, not just some guys and some kids that's in college that try to do their best. These are some men that still are trying to earn some money, still trying to build a legacy, still trying to put food on the table for their family and not just become a bust in the NFL. They're going to use you as an example to put on their resume for their highlight for real next year so they can get a contract. I promise you that.
And my guy Jason brings up an excellent point, man. Make sure y'all head over to AFC South Battleground group on Facebook, man. I mean, hey, man. Them dudes in there, man. I mean, hey, it's a straight up war zone. And speaking of war zone, make sure you join RJ's group. AFC South War Zone goes up in there as well. But Jason said, I don't wish injury on any player. But if I'm being honest, it wouldn't shock me one bit if his ass gets injured by week 5 or 6 this season just because of how cocky him and his damn fan base was this offseason. Yeah, you got a point because it's a lot of motherfuckers in the NFL that they don't give a damn about anything. They know damn well they not going to be signing no Justin Jefferson contracts, no Myles Garrett contracts or highest paid this, highest paid that. They not going to be getting a ton of, playing time. And when they do, it's for a couple of plays, then they up out of there. Nah, they ain't got shit to play for. They ain't got nothing to lose. And them will be the type of motherfuckers who will end up crippling CJ Stroud up out there. I don't wish it on him. I hope don't nothing happen to him because when we face him, I don't want to hear the Texas fans and they goddamn excuse. Oh, we ain't have our quarterback. Now, you beat us last year without y'all quarterback and y'all had everything in the world to say. So keep that same fucking energy. But I want that motherfucker on the field. You got a great point, though, Jason.
Trey, you got anything you want to say? I don't know if he's still here. All right.
Yeah, but let's talk about this motherfucker and his quarterback list. Y'all done got me to cussing tonight.
I'm here though, but y'all go ahead though. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, man, I was doing good with the, not cussing too much. But man, look, man, when you talk about this AFC South and these rivalries we got going, man, it's a different energy with me, man. It's a whole nother different mode, man. I really be like, fuck them other teams. I don't want to acknowledge them motherfuckers. I ain't want to give them motherfuckers credit. All I want to do is kick they motherfucking asses every time I see them hoes. But this motherfucker believes that he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, man. I mean, it's straight up foolishness. I'm trying to pull up his little top 5 list right now. But
shit, I remember that shit.
You remember it? I know he put
Mahomes. He said Mahomes and Lamar, I think Justin Fields and Dak and him. Yeah, that was his 5.
It's some start. It was some foolishness. He put himself up there amongst some quarterbacks that he ain't even begin to scratch the surfaces. Some of those dudes is great. Lamar is a freaking 2-time MVP. I mean, he's the reigning MVP of the league right now. I mean, Joe Burrow out there goddamn it 9 times against the Titans, but some way, some fucking how, he found a way to not only beat the Titans, but beat Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl with no offensive line. I mean, I can even talk about Josh Allen up there in Buffalo, of all places. And you know how shit goes in Buffalo. He still went up there, found a way to keep his team in the playoffs. CJ Stroud, you came in, did your thing as a rookie, man. Be thankful for that, but also understand that.
Here's the list right here. This is the list.
Go ahead with the list.
He said Pat, Lamar himself, Josh Allen, and Dag.
Number 3.
He had himself 3.
Number 3. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, and Texas fans believe this foolishness. They really do.
Man, how confident?
Hey, but look though. I'm gonna say this though. Like he got his head big. You feel me? He supposed to like think that you're a top guy, but some shit you feel me, you just keep to yourself because it add fuel to the fire. But I mean, every dude different. So like the way he talking. I mean, like how would y'all feel if Levis, if he said that shit and had a good year?
I would be saying, shut the fuck up. Honest to God.
Yeah, I'd be on Levis.
And I know some people out there like, oh, bro, you just saying, no, motherfucker, I'm for real, goddamn it. If you know what you are and you know you that damn good, you ain't got to sit up and talk about the goddamn shit. Look at Brady all these fucking years. I mean, did Brady run around this motherfucker talking about, oh, I'm this, I'm that? No, Brady got that. Brady give you a look and let you know that he that motherfucking dude, but just him saying it, talking it like that. No, Peyton Manning wasn't doing that shit like that. Hell, Cam Newton when he was doing his thing. He was not doing all this goddamn talking. No, he was just showing the fuck up, handling business. I mean, CJ Stroud running around here as a rookie talking about, I'm the 3rd best quarterback in the league. Bro, you're not even better than Jared Goff right now. Shut the fuck up and be thankful that you came in, had a good rookie season, and your team is one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now because that shit could change overnight.
Facts.
Y'all ready to get into these top 10s?
Yeah, man. Let's get to this list, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm on one right now. God dang it, I'm rocking.
Yeah, you on a rant right now, man.
Yeah, man. I'm in that mode right now.
CJ Stroud had me like that too, bro. But it just, man,
yeah, man. So
bro.
I'll go ahead and start off with my list, man, because if you ain't delusional and if you ain't drunk on CJ Stroud, I mean, you can, go and find other quarterbacks that are better than him and that are much deserving of being the 3rd best quarterback in the NFL. And RJ wanted to do this in a certain type of way. So, I mean, I started off like this right here. We're going to start off at 10, man. Before I give you 10, though, I got some honorable mentions on here, man. Shout out to Jordan Love and shout out to Kyler Murray, man. Motherfuckers be sleeping on Kyler Murray, man. But if you go and look at Kyler Murray and what he does in those games, you can tell, man, this motherfucker ain't got shit around him. And he still gives his guys a legitimate shot. And if you look at the stats is there. I mean, he ain't got no fucked up touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, he ain't reached that 4,000 yard season yet or whatever, but still, I mean, this guy right here, Kyler Murray, you get him a squad, he gonna produce. Jordan Love, the same way. The best is yet to come for him. But my number 10 quarterback is Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, y'all may not like Kirk Cousins, y'all may not rock with him like that, but man, you cannot discredit this man and what he does each and every season. I mean, he always gives his team a chance to compete. I mean, look at the Vikings all these years, and they are Swiss cheese on defense. But offensively, I mean, Justin Jefferson, he is that damn good, but somebody got to throw him the damn football. TJ Hawkinson. I mean, even though he was decent in Detroit, motherfuckers were writing him off when he got traded to the Vikings. Now this man one of the top tight ends in the NFL. I mean, somebody got to throw him the football. and that somebody with Kirk Cousins. And if things go how I think it'll go in Atlanta, it wouldn't surprise me if Atlanta wins the NFC South. So my top 10, my number 10 quarterback is Kirk Cousins.
Okay, that's not a bad one.
My top 10, my number 10 quarterback is Jared Goff, man. I think that he is probably one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the league. He's been to a Super Bowl with the Rams. I mean, granted he lost, but he also almost took, I mean, to one of the sorriest franchises we've ever seen to almost to the Super Bowl. Like, I mean, he was a couple plays away from going to the Super Bowl with the Lions. You know what I'm saying? And Jared Goff, if you look at his numbers, man, he has really good numbers, man. And that's across the board, man. For every year that he's been in, he's had good numbers. People just don't give him his props because, I mean, he's not really a game changer. You get what I'm saying? He just makes the right play. He gets touchdowns, and that's usually what he does. Usually in a good situation as well.
Okay, all right, that's not bad. I don't want to say too much, but my number 10, and I'm probably gonna get some shit for this one. Definitely, probably about to get some shit in the chat for this one. My number 10 is Dak for next year, just because of the fact that he's not going to be most likely a Dallas Cowboy. He's going to have to go out there and perform and put on a damn show. CeeDee Lamb's on a contract year. He's going to go out there perform. Elliott's back, somebody he knows that can trust what he's wanting to do from a running back position. So if Dak is going to have a year where it shows that he's supposed to be an NFL QB and he's that franchise guy for whatever next is his pit stop, because I don't see him sticking at Dallas. This year, he's going to have to ball out because it already seems like one foot's out the door with Dallas. You got to put something good on this tape this year for you to make sure you got a home next year, because your agent is not Kirk Cousins' agent. And so you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go out there and perform. So and last year too, he was my bad. He was 4th in attempts, 3rd passing yards, 1st in passing touchdowns. Holy crap, I couldn't say that. And 16th in interceptions though. So that's his big thing. You got to stop turning the ball over. You just got to.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Trey, you got your 10th best quarterback.
Yeah, I'm taking Kirk Cousins at 10. I rock with Kirk.
Okay.
I put him at 10. I feel like Atlanta, they're gonna win that division this year. Just a little. I'll take them to win that division, and they'll get a playoff game. But yeah, I'm rocking with Kirk at 10.
Surprisingly, Kirk did not make my list. Kirk did not.
You want to speak on the Firestone?
No, he's an honorable mention.
Slaying that rock, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Kirk gonna slay that rock. He gonna throw some interceptions, but you feel me though? Like he don't get like 4,000, 5. Feel me? But I know he come off that injury. But Kirk be throwing the ball though.
Yeah, just in the clutch moments too, man. With Kirk Cousins,
I would take him over Tannehill any day.
Bro, for me, Kurt's thing is just can't never break that glass ceiling. Can't actually get where you want. He's a good QB, does what he wants. And I put this list together for me as if I was starting a team tomorrow and I had a picking of any QB I wanted, where would I pick these guys? And this is my top 10 QBs that I would go with if I had to go with them. And Cousins is probably 11 for me. Him and Dak is right there for me, like sharing with 10 and 11.
Taking Dak over Kirk, I ain't gonna lie though.
Okay,
Dak's healthier, that's why.
I'm taking Dak over Kirk.
Y'all ready for number 9?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get the number 9. My number 9 quarterback in the NFL is Justin Herbert, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of knocked him a little bit because of the fact that he plays with the Chargers. I done seen all this hype around Herbert, in which Herbert is a damn good quarterback. I mean, and I want to take him over some of these other quarterbacks. But just looking at some of this man's losses, I can't do that. And these guys that I have ahead of him, they got some pretty fucked up losses they damn self, especially my number 8 dude on the list. But man, look, man, you get cool points taken away from you when you go and lose a playoff game to Jacksonville in the fashion that you lost. I mean, they want to sit up here and put it on the head coach, but bro, look how big that fucking league was, man. You can't put all of that on Brandon Staley. Nah, I mean, shit, it took some players out there to fuck that shit up. And like I said, Herbert, he's a good quarterback, but Man, he number 9 on my list, dog. I mean, there's plenty of other dudes that I would take over her.
Take over her? I ain't gonna lie, her can get on my team.
Yeah, my number 9.
What's it, RJ?
Nah, I was gonna say my number 9 was Matthew Stafford, man. I think, man, a lot of he's still a baller, man. Like, people don't realize, man, he just always find his way on the team, man, and they're competing in the playoffs somehow. You get what I'm saying? From his time for Detroit all the way to now, man. Now that he's a Ram, man, you really get to see how good he is. You know what I'm saying? So I got him at 9, man.
Number 9, Marako, we must be sharing, great minds think alike. I got Justin Herbert at number 9, bro. I kid you not. I know they lost their wide receivers this year, but you got Jim Harbaugh there, which is a guy who, if Justin Herbert hasn't had anything in his NFL career, is an actual QB coach that knows how to get what you're. This is the guy that resurrected Alex Smith's career. This is a guy that had Colin Kaepernick lead them to a Super Bowl. He's going to be able to get Justin Herbert to be able to play this good with the wide receiver core we got. Don't remind you that Colin Kaepernick's wide receiver core was Crabtree and Kyle Williams. Okay, so if Justin Herbert can do this too, if Jim can come in here and coach up, Herbert has an arm. Herbert has talent. I don't think he's actually had a coach that knows how to use the talent that the team has, let alone use Herbert how they need to use him. I think he's going to be set up in prime position for 2024 to have a good year.
Yeah, for me, number 9, I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford too.
Man, at the gas station.
Why not to say nothing?
I'll see you with the shade logo.
I can know.
Man, he's gonna go make another sale, man. It's okay.
Nah, man, y'all gotta stop that, man.
No,
listen to them. I'm taking Matthew Stafford though.
Okay.
I feel like I'm on FaceTime.
I tell you, this dude Stafford didn't make my list neither.
Oh wow! Damn, Firestone. I'm not ready for you to just go ahead and tell your whole list, man. I'm really looking forward to your list, man. But y'all ready for number 8?
These, man, because we gonna be here all night talking about these quarterbacks.
Man. Y'all ready for 8 though?
Yeah, let's get 8.
Yeah. Man, 8, I got Dak, man. Like I said, man, I want to put Herbert over Dak, but god dang it, I just can't, man. I mean, with Dak, he gonna light somebody's ass up regular season. He's gonna light a lot of teams up regular season. Regular season, Dak, man, he's the MVP candidate, and it ain't even hard to, it ain't even hard to just see that, Dak gets out there and Dak gets the job done in the regular season. But postseason, Dak, that's another type of animal right there, man. I mean, and I don't mean that in a good way, man. Dak turns down in the postseason, man. I mean, Dak get up out there along with the Cowboys. I'm not gonna put that all on Dak, but Dak, he's a part of the circus too. He gets up out there and gets to throwing them interceptions, and you can just tell when Dak finna get to throwing them interceptions, boy. It's like one of the funniest things to see. I'm talking about just watch Dallas's next post. Just watch Dallas's next postseason game, because they gonna make the playoffs. I mean, that's a given. They gonna make the playoffs. But just watch Dak in the playoff game. You can just see them interceptions coming from a mile away. The first sign, he gonna miss a wide open ass wide receiver. He gonna miss him like a motherfucker. And then the next one, a defender is gonna tip a football. I mean, it's gonna get tipped at the line of scrimmage. Then somebody's gonna come out of nowhere and make a play in the secondary, a near interception. And then after that, he's going to throw that interception just when you get to thinking, like, oh, he got lucky. Oh, there it goes. Dak throws the interception. That's who Dak is in the postseason, man. But throughout all that, he's my number 8 quarterback because of the simple fact that Dallas always ends up in the postseason under Dak. You got to put some type of respect on Dak's name.
He said RJ ready to go.
Man, we at 8, man. God dang. I can talk the quarterback shit all day, man. But,
Yeah. Me and Marako, we, you know what I'm saying, we thinking about the same thing, man. My number 8 is Dak Prescott as well, man. I think Dak is a good quarterback, man, but at the same time, he does have these diabolical mistakes for the Cowboys, man. That usually stops them from winning the Super Bowl, man. But at the same time, I mean, numbers don't lie, man. He put up good numbers. The man put up good numbers, man. You can't deny that. You know, the numbers don't lie. But when he gets to them playoffs, man, he got to play better, man. For me to put him in the top 5 or put him in the top 4, he got to play better, man. Like, and I think it's just hilarious that, you know, we said that CJ is that CJ Prescott, but in his top 5, he got Dak right under him. like they're the same quarterback. But anyway,
high praises for that man too, bro. I honestly thought I was going to be the only person with a Dak in the top 10 here. I honestly thought. Okay. All right. Well, see, my number 8 is Brock Purdy. For obvious reasons, man. This dude can throw. He can take care of the ball. He knows what he needs to be doing on football. San Francisco is just loaded with wide receivers. You got a good coaching staff. You got Chris. I mean, you got everything you want as a QB in San Francisco. He was 5th in passing yards last year, 3rd in passing touchdowns, and 10th in interceptions. So he knows where to put the ball. He knows how to get the ball where he wants to without putting it in harm's way either. So 8 for me is Brock Purdy.
You want to know what's crazy? I don't even have Brock Purdy in my top 10.
Well, Super Bowl in 2 years, and you ain't got him in the top 10.
It was wild, though. I probably have made.
I need to see the.
There's so many good quarterbacks.
Back-to-back seasons, man. For me,
I'm
with Purdy, but I rock with Purdy though, man. I just want to see one more season. If he get out there, and he don't even have to get the 49ers to a Super Bowl or an NFC championship game. I just need to see Brock Purdy leading the team for the majority of the season. And boom, bro, he's in my top 10.
He has too many talent on his team for him to ever lead that team.
Oh, he can lead, both definitely.
Little Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. Like, I don't think there's
when you get moments, it's all about the quarterback. I want to see what does he do in those moments.
Okay, yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, so at 8, yeah. I got Dak at 8 too. So I rock with Dak at 8.
Okay. All right. See, I thought I was gonna be the only one with Dak, man.
Nah. We gonna respect.
Hell no. I fuck with Dak. I fuck with Dak, man. He's from Mississippi too, in the college down there. So.
Yeah, for sure, man. Shout out to Dak, man.
State, for sure.
All right. Well, we on 7, right?
We on 7, man. My number 7, Jared Goff, man. I mean, shoot. Motherfuckers tried to write Jared Goff off, man. With the Rams, you know, he went to the Super Bowl with the Rams, and he continued to put up some good numbers, but it wasn't good enough. I mean, that's why I tell y'all, fuck them goddamn stats. What you doing during the game? How does your play on game day look? And for Jared Goff, I mean, it didn't look too good. I mean, shit, you saw what Tua done. And Tua's damn sure not on my top 10 list. But you saw what Tua done this season right here. Put on what? 4,600 yards or whatever. But those 4,600 yards came from fucking throwing, slant routes to Tariq Hill or, Jalen Waddle on a crossing route or whatever. If he can't get the ball out of his hand in 0.2 seconds, he's sitting there looking confused.
Damn, Goff over Tua? Over Tua?
Jared Goff. They tried to write him off. But, and right back Detroit, and you already know what time it is with the Lions, goddammit. Went to their first NFC championship game since forever. And Jared Goff had a lot to do with that, man. and I know I'm slaughtering the name, but Amar St. Brown, man, throwing to, Gangster Gibbs out the backfield. You had the tight end up over there, Sam Laporta. I mean, and Ben Johnson too, man, because every quarterback needs a great mastermind behind him. And that was Ben Johnson. And Jared Goff, what he done is no fluke. That's why he's my number 7 quarterback.
I actually don't have Tua in my top 10 either.
I don't either. I'm with you on that
It's
one.
crazy, right? It's crazy how many good quarterbacks there is, you know?
Yeah.
My number 7 is Jalen Hurts, man. I think Jalen Hurts is a talented quarterback, man. He's big, man. He can run like a running back, man. He's been to a Super Bowl. I mean, granted, he's had a great team around him. And I just feel like, man, you have no choice but to put him in the top 10. I think he's a good quarterback, man. I don't think he's elite, but I think he's good. So I'm gonna keep him at 7 above that.
Okay. For number 7, I got Jordan Love. He's been out there playing good wide receivers out there for him too in Green Bay. LaFleur has been just coaching him good. I mean, he's 5th in attempts last year, 7th in passing yards, 2nd in passing touchdowns, and 10th in interceptions. So as long as he continues to do what he was doing last year and just builds upon that, bro, he's set for a damn good year in 2024. Green Bay, like NFC, don't have too many people that can start contending. Green Bay is going to be one of those teams that starts contending with Rams and San Francisco over there.
I actually don't have Jordan Love in my top 10. It's crazy, right? And I like Jordan Love. I just feel like, you know, he needs one more season for me.
That's why he
give me one more season of that, and I'll put him in my top
10. Number 7. Number 7. I got Justin Herbert. Number 7.
Okay.
Okay, you're a little bit higher on Herbert than I am, man. But
yeah,
number 6, man. I got Jared Goff's replacement in LA, Matt Stafford, man. I mean, this is where shit started getting real now, man. You talking about, and regardless of how it happens, and Lord knows, I don't think highly of Matt Stafford, man. He tried to throw the Rams out of a Super Bowl. I mean, anybody who watched that game knows damn well if Stafford would have went up against the Titans would have beat his ass 2 times in one season. We'd be Super Bowl champions right now, but that's a whole nother discussion. We talking top 10 quarterbacks, our top 10 quarterbacks. But Matt Stafford, man, I mean, you got to put some respect on his name because he do got a Super Bowl reign. He's been around greatness. I mean, he done his shit in Detroit as well. I mean, just, continuously puts up numbers, man. And he's still getting the job done right now, man. I mean, shit. Somebody got to throw Puka the ball, man. Somebody got to throw Cooper Kupp the football, man. And I mean, Stafford, he getting the job done still, man. So, number 6, Matt Stafford.
My number 6 is Justin Herbert, man. I think he's a very talented quarterback, man. He can make every throw, man. I just think that Braylon Staley, whatever dude's name is, Staley was holding that man back, man. I just had to just put my feelings aside because I always say, man, the dude's a loser, man. All he do is lose. But I think with Harbaugh, man, we're gonna see the Justin Herbert that we all believe that he can be, man. And he just need a good coach, man. Because if you think about it, man, they were supposed to win that playoff game, and they probably would have went on to play Kansas City again. And there have been multiple times they've had Kansas City beaten, they still lost because of Staley and his trash, bro. Just being a trash head coach, man. I want to see what he does with John Harbaugh. So Justin Herbert 6.
Yeah, and 2 CJs there. We're talking about for 2024. So you telling me you don't think Jordan Love is gonna have a better year than Dak Prescott in 2024? You really?
I can see it happening.
It could happen. Yeah, it definitely could happen.
You telling me you really
think about those offenses, man? I don't mean to cut you off, Firestone, but you got to remember what they say about those Shanahan offenses, man. They very complex, but once you learn them, you're gonna be a motherfucker.
Because I tell you what, I'd have more trust and faith in Jordan Love and LaFleur going deeper in the playoffs than I will with Dak Prescott, who struggles in the postseason. I will take the younger QB in that situation. But we're on 6, right?
6, yeah.
So for 6 for me, I got Jared Goff. All right, this is a guy I truly believe is slept on by a lot of people. He plays good. Mind you, he's the only QB in the NFL that is undefeated against Patrick Mahomes. The only. And he was in – it wasn't like, oh, they just blew out. They got lucky. No, this man 2 times went gunslinging, throw for throw with Patrick Mahomes on winning drive after winning drive after winning drive, and he beat Patrick Mahomes both times. This is a guy that just wasn't in a system with Sean McVay's system that didn't work. this Detroit system is working beautiful for him. Those guys in that locker room believe in him. Dan Campbell knows what he needs to be doing. I believe what they did this year is just tip of the iceberg, and Jared Goff will be able to come out this next year with St. Brown, bro. St. Brown is a beast. So you go put that ball in his hands, you go make some plays, and they got a taste of it last year. I truly believe they're going to want more. So definitely put Jared Goff at 6.
Corey, you wild, man. Trash. Troy, who you got, man? Number 6.
For six, me, I got Jalen Hurts at number 6.
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts.
like that.
Man, Jalen Hurts, he ain't even in my top 10, man.
Ooh,
God dang.
what?
Yeah, he ain't in my top 10, man. Because, I mean, and granted, he got more than one season. It's hard, man. Watching Jalen Hurts last season, I mean, it was hard for me to watch, man. I mean, and just thinking about, how his career usually goes or whatever, he comes, he's hot, and then he starts to cool down, and then before you know it, he's on the bench again. And you starting to see a little bit of that. I mean, don't be surprised, and this may be a hot take, but don't be surprised if Kenny Pickett isn't starting for the Eagles at some point this coming season.
Shit.
But
I take for sure. That's a take, bro.
Number 5 on my list, man, the OG, Aaron Rodgers. I can't discredit him because of the injury. I mean, and we ain't gotta go into no big long discussion about Aaron Rodgers, man. He one of them dudes, man. Aaron Rodgers, my number 5 quarterback.
Well, me and Marako got the same guy, man. Aaron Rodgers, number 5 for me, man. Like I said, man, until he stops showing me he's not a top 5 quarterback, man, I'm going to keep him at 5. You know what I'm saying? Until he starts really, really being trash, bro, I'm going to keep him at 5.
If we were talking top 10 all time, or top 10 like for the whole career, but just not going into next year, Aaron Rodgers might have made my top 10. He didn't make my top 10 on this one. Aaron Rodgers not on it. Bro, all in Achilles all last year, didn't play. He's trying to come back quicker with the Achilles this year. We've seen some practice tapes with him like fidgeting with his other leg now. He had surgery on the left, and now he's over here messing with the right Achilles. I can't put trust in him. Not that trusting him like he'll be good, but trust in his health that he's going to be one of the top 10 QBs next year. Is he one of the top 10 QBs that's ever played and done a lot of things for this game? Yeah, but health is a big concern and a big red flag for me next year with Aaron Rodgers.
He got to show me. I got to see it.
Yeah, I got to see it. I got to see it.
I take him out of my top 10. And I did the same thing for Russ, man. I try. I was telling people about Russ back in the gap, man. Look, man, Russ is elite because it ain't no freaking way that the Seattle Seahawks supposed to be going to these playoff games or whatever. Supposed to be in these games late after Pete Carroll and done, some foolishness. They ain't supposed to be there. And they only was there because of Russell Wilson. Now, when Russell got to falling off, I gave him all the time I could. I mean, he even fell off. But until I see Aaron Rodgers fall off, I'm gonna put Aaron Rodgers high on the list. But Trey,
so wait,
got a number 5.
I got my bad. 5. I got Lamar Jackson. So go ahead with Trey.
I got Aaron Rodgers at 5 too. I'm just gonna respect the OG. I'm keeping him at 5.
Okay. What happened? He come out week 1 again and gets hurt again. Like
He'll be over with then. He'll come out the list then.
But like, bro, you come off an Achilles at 40, bro. This is gonna be hard to play.
Like I said, until he starts being it's the same way with Brady, man.
Trey said, man, I can't take Aaron Rodgers out my top 10 list until he retired.
It's the same way with Brady, bro. Like, I'm not taking him out there top 5 until I see him truly suck, bro. Like,
but Brady didn't miss an entire series or season to an Achilles. And like, if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, Aaron Rodgers will be a top 10. But bro, it's the Achilles, it's the experimental surgery that we're trying now that ain't never been done for an NFL player to get quicker recovery. All these new things you're doing, they might work or they might not work. I just can't have faith in it that you don't go out there week 1, Monday or Thursday night football again, and then within the first 4 plays, you get a non-contact and something happens again. I just got to see you make it through a full year before I can put you back in the top 10 for a breakout the next year.
Man, side note, man, just think about what we got the Jets for our opening game this year at Nissan Stadium, right?
Yeah. Here
We got the Jets, man. Think about it. If Aaron Rodgers makes it to that game, man. Good God.
Right, I'll be
crazy, man.
It's gonna be live, man. But
fuck.
we're at number 4, right?
Yeah, number
4.
Yeah, number 4. So number 4, and like I said, man, I can't be delusional here. I mean, I'm high on Aaron Rodgers. He's not coming out of my top 10 or my top 5 until he fucks it up. But number 4, I got Josh Allen. And Josh Allen on the field, I mean, even though he turns the ball over like a motherfucker, but you best believe, god dang it, for every turnover he got, he gonna make 2 or 3 more plays that's gonna keep the Bills in them goddamn games. I'm talking about, man, all that shit that you love in a quarterback, Josh Allen does it. If you need him to take off, get 10 yards or whatever, he gonna take off and get them. If he have to run somebody over in the process, he gonna run somebody over. He don't give a fuck about. I mean, one thing about Josh Allen, he's gonna lay it on the line every single game, and you can't do nothing but respect that. And that's why he's my my number 4 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, it's like Marako. So we didn't tell each other our top 10s before this. So
No, we did.
We did. So
Our don't even talk about it until we get on the show.
Yeah, we didn't talk about none of this stuff, but we got on the show. So my number 4 is Josh Allen as well. So it's like Marako just copied mine. So, my list. But yeah, Josh Allen, number 4, man. I mean, a heck of an athlete. He's got the size. He probably has the strongest arm in the league, man. There's nothing else he needs to say, man. He's a beast, man. He just need to work on his turnover problems. If he work on his turnover problems, I'll put him back up in the top 3. You know what I'm saying? Dude's still a beast though. Josh Allen might light your ass up any given Sunday.
Bro, for the first time tonight, all 3 of us got the same pick. I got Josh Allen number 4, bro. I kid you not.
Crazy.
For me, it's just I feel like Josh Allen tries to do too much in so many moments. Just settle down, calm down. Stop, because red zones, you throw too many picks. That's where you're throwing most of your stuff because you're trying to get the touchdown. You're trying to do too much. You got that strong arm. You having that Brett Favre syndrome at times where you're trying to force the balls in where you know you ain't got no business throwing it. So just stop trying to do so much and let the game come to you. We saw Patrick Mahomes do that in kind of like his first year, and then that first year when he started, and then that year that he was sitting under Alex, and they said, "Hey, we just need to get that under control." It's been taking longer for Josh Allen to get that shit under control. But if he can get that under control, he'll be back to a top 3 QB, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So you got number 4.
Everybody 4 today, I guess. I like Allen that 4 too, man.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I like Allen, but you feel me? I feel like he gets a little hot here, man. He be doing like dumb shit, but like Marako said, he'll come back and make 3 plays. So you feel me? You never out the game. But like he gonna fuck up. But yeah, I got him that photo.
Yeah, for sure, man. We at number 3, believe it or not, man.
A lot of names ain't been called.
Right. Number 3.
We ain't hitting at nobody, man.
Nah, we definitely ain't. But man, number 3 on my list. Boy, that Joe Burrow, yeah.
I feel like me and Marako. I'm convinced.
Woo! Joe Burrow, man. Like I mentioned a second ago, man. I mean, shit. Sacked 9 times against the Titans, still won the damn playoff game. Then got dang it. I mean, Kansas City, they had they put on his necks, and god dang it, some way, somehow, I don't know how, fuck it. It was the most Andy Reid shit ever. But they won that game, went to the Super Bowl. And my thing with Burrow, though, is I'm gonna give him this number 3 spot, but this motherfucker gotta stay healthy, man. And I mean, we ain't seen a lot of Joe Burrow. I mean, we done saw how great he could be, but we haven't saw it on a consistent basis. That's why I have a problem with calling him an elite quarterback. See, when you call yourself elite, I mean, you got to do it all. And you got to be available every single Sunday, no matter what. And if Joe Burrow goes out here and gets injured this season, misses a long period of time, man, I got to knock him down off my list, man. But for right now, he's number 3 for me.
Yeah, I feel like me and Marako got the same top 5, man. So Joe Shiesty, man.
I'm thinking that's what everybody got.
Yeah, I think everybody got the same. For the Firestone pick it, he picked who'd you pick at 5?
I picked Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So So we do got different top 5. Okay. So my I think me and Marako got the same top 5. I don't know. I think Trey got the same one as well.
Yeah.
I got Joe Shiesty. You know what I'm saying? Boy, cerebral, man. He can read the defense faster than just about anybody on the field, man. And he's stupid accurate, bro. That man, well, he put a pass anywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? So he's most definitely surgical, man. So I'm gonna go with Joe Burrow at 3.
Yeah. For 3 for me is Jalen Hurts.
What?
Bro, what you mean what? Bro, this boy he can go out there and run. He can throw for you. Now, I think their biggest problem as the Eagles is just coaching. I don't know if they need new coaching or this coach needs to actually get them to understand what he's wanting and to get them to actually attack, because there's so many players that seem to be so confused. And Jason Kelce even talked about this in his podcast and other things too. Is just like, we was winning games at the beginning of that year and nobody was playing their best football. We was going 5-0, 6-0, and we was not even playing. We were having a lot of mental errors and a lot of mistakes, and we were still winning games that they shouldn't have. So they was just not together as a team. I put that shit on coaching. Coaching, get your players more disciplined, get them together, and they can play. Jalen has already been out there. He went to the Super Bowl once. He has a wide receiver core out there that is going to get open. They got Saquon Barkley this year, bro. How are you going to tell me Jalen Hurts with a Saquon Barkley in the backfield, you're not going to get the ball out of Jalen's hands more, so he don't feel like he has to do as much and put some jeopardy. Like, the coaching just needs to step up this year, and Jalen Hurts and the Eagles can get back to like that Super Bowl run they had a couple years ago this year.
Trey, who you got?
Yeah. Joe Burrow.
Lord, that Joe Burrow, yeah.
Lord, that Joe Burrow. Nah, yeah. I got Joe. At 3, but he do gotta stay healthy though, man, because like he been getting hurt a lot lately. But I done seen he got that dog in him. Like I done seen him. You feel me? LSU, and he proved against the Chiefs. Like, he got that dog in him. Like, I take him though. He up there with anybody, but yeah, I got him at 3 though, man.
Yeah, man. He got that type of confidence that I love. I mean, he got that type of confidence.
Cool.
He don't do no lot of talking or whatever, right. But when you step in the room or, when you see him out on the field, he one of them dudes. But
he tough too, man. He tough.
Yeah, I mean, he tough as nails, man. He's as tough as they come. But number 2, Lamar Jackson, man. And I know some of y'all may feel some type of way about Lamar Jackson being number 2, but you definitely cannot sit up and discredit a 2-time MVP in this league. And on top of that, Lamar hasn't had many weapons around him. He just now really started having multiple weapons around him. I mean, for the bulk of them years, it ain't really been anybody but Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews, his season got ended last year. He didn't have Mark Andrews around. But you know what? He also had a young upcoming rookie in Zay Flowers, who came out there and made plays. Lamar got him the football. Lamar also got Rashard Bateman, the football. I mean, he the big guy likely. I mean, he, you know what I'm saying, turned him up. I mean, Lamar is the Baltimore Ravens. He's the heartbeat of that team, man. He's the reason why the Ravens win games. And that's why he's my number 2 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, my number 2 is the same. I'm gonna give me Lamar Shiesty, man. You know what I'm saying? But boy, he don't need too many weapons for real, man. You see, he just been out here with a tight end, out here winning MVPs and shit. Like that's ridiculous, man. And then it just he's a good passer. He's not an elite passer. He's a good passer, and on top of that, he's an elite runner. So like his running is just makes him way more dangerous than the rest of the quarterbacks that we've already named, man. It's just, man, we've never seen nothing like this since Michael Vick, you know what I'm saying, Randall Cunningham, you know, like he's a one-on-one, you know, Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP.
Bro, the hard thing for me, and I know Marako, usually you can't discredit a 2-time MVP winner, but you can when you were a 2-time MVP winner and a two playoff winning QB as well. You can't have as many MVPs as you do playoffs, and that number is not also the same amount of years you've been in the league. Like Lamar is 2 for 4 in the playoffs. He's a beast. He plays good, but he's too dangerous. He's too talented. He has an arm and a leg on him for him to be sitting here not showing up and going ghost in playoff games when that's the thing that matters the most. Like we sit here and clown Texans because they can't win outside of a wild card playoff game, but that's I mean, Lamar Jackson can't win more than 2 years. How many times he been in the playoff? Two for 4.
He can't beat Mahomes in the playoff game. I mean, that's just what it is.
It's not even just Mahomes. He can't beat
who else?
He lost to the Titans. He lost to Mahomes.
Who else? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. So I mean, it's respectable teams. He lose. He ain't
So
losing.
who got over Lamar, bro? Who got over him?
Here's the reason, and I'm finna get to all of that, but you know, it's the reason why I say Lamar Jackson. You can't discredit him, but still, he's not elite to me.
He's a good QB, but for me, like, and that's why I had him at 5. I'd put him higher if you could actually perform in postseason, because all that stuff's good in regular season, but if you ain't in the postseason, all that shit don't matter to me. It don't, because the goal is postseason and win Super Bowls for me. But for 2, I got Joe Burrow for me. He's a guy that's been out here doing things, making throws, making plays. He did get hurt last year, so you need to come back in this year. But we started after, you know, towards the end of last year, you started seeing him start to come back better when he started getting that leg healthy, then get knocked out for the rest of the year, and Browning come in. But Burrow coming in, Chase just got paid. T. Higgins wanting his money. You're going to go out there.
Chase got paid?
Man, he can't throw from the pocket. What is you saying?
They paid Chase.
Didn't Chase just get it? I might get mixed up with all the damn rookie contracts this year. Just Jefferson.
Lamar, bro. He most definitely can throw from the pocket, bro. What are you talking about?
He just can't throw deep. That's Lamar's problem. He's not a deep ball thrower, but you know the short intermediate shit, he will carve you up all day.
Right.
But Trey, Firestone, was you good?
Yeah, 2 for 2. I got Joe Burrow.
All right, Trey, who you got? Number 2.
Trust. That's
Trust
right.
And believe.
Right with Trust, Freaky Leaky 8.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like this last one gonna be easy.
I mean
like Lamar, you feel me? Like Lamar, you got a game plan though. You feel me? Like it's 12 on 11 almost, because his legs. Yes, you feel me? You just never know. But I feel like that playoff success though, man, it go hand in hand. I feel like coaching last year lost them that game. Like they just quit doing like what they were doing. Like you can't like Lamar not finna out throw Pat. You feel me? Like no, like use your legs against Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Pat, if he gonna do what he do, like that's no matter. So Lamar, I feel like if they would have ran the ball more, they would have won.
The problem with me though is, or for me with Lamar is, name a time in the playoffs you saw the dog came out in Lamar, or did he look like Mariota coming to the sidelines in playoffs? Because so many times you see Lamar just come to the side a little bit upset. Okay, whatever. Just that. But it's like,
I give you that.
Yeah, I see that dog come out in regular season, but I don't see that dog ever show up in the playoff when it comes with Lamar.
I can't disagree with you.
I see what you're saying.
Not elite.
I give you that. Yeah, I give you that.
He's not elite, and that's just where we at in the NFL. And we're gonna go ahead and get to my number one. I'm not gonna play around with y'all. I'm gonna troll, but I'm not gonna fuck around with y'all, man. My number one quarterback in the NFL is the only elite quarterback in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes. I mean, 3 of them things already. He set his rookie season. He had to sit behind Alex Smith. Even Tariq Hill's former teammate said when he first came in as a rookie, like, man, this dude suck. Why they drive him? And he ain't done nothing ever since but show you why
You're putting in work.
he that dude putting in work, man. And I'm talking about, crowd. I'm talking about complete crowd. Wide receiver group this past season. Still won him a Super Bowl.
Man,
if you don't call it elite, god dang it, use the
I know what you're talking
I don't
about.
see no other quarterback on this list doing any of that. I mean, for me, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this before I pass it on to RJ. For me, when it comes to elite, man, you got to do it all. I'm talking about you got to take your team to a Super Bowl. You got to win a goddamn Super Bowl. You got to be there every single game day, no matter what. You got to have the stats. You got to have the look. You got to have it all to be an elite quarterback, because quarterback is the most important position on the field. So yes, it is a different step. I'm not sitting up here calling all these other motherfuckers who have choked in the playoffs elite quarterbacks. Nah, when they go and do what Patrick Mahomes has done, won some goddamn Super Bowls, yes, I will call them elite with no problem. But until then, Mahomes is the only elite quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. All right. We on to me, man.
So you got
my number one quarterback, man, most definitely is that Big Willie had the Tennessee Titans.
Oh, you read that
Big Willie.
Yes.
Big Willie. Big Willie. He's stupid.
Yeah, man. Will Levis, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that boy, man, he got a cannon on him. You seen that first game he had with us, bro? Threw 4 TDs against the Falcons, bro. No, I'm just messing around. No, it's Patrick Mahomes, man. I mean, it don't get no better than that, man. He's the baby goat, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's the baby bye-bye. You know what I'm saying? That boy do it all, man. He's a complete player, man. There's nothing. He has no flaw in his game. Yeah, he could probably be a little bit better of a pocket passer, but man, when he get out that pocket, he's unstoppable.
He can't be fucked with.
He unstoppable when he get out that pocket, bro.
No, that's not bacon, Nick.
He said steaming Willie Bean.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, we definitely should have been expecting. I wasn't joking.
Oh man.
And then who was that in there in the chat? Who was that? Michael. He's like, I got a feeling Firestone gonna say Tannehill. Well, damn it! If it was last year, I would have. But I'm just playing. No, Patrick Mahomes definitely number one. I definitely was gonna pull a Will Levis like you did too. I was like, if somebody doesn't, I am definitely pulling Will Levis card real quick just to raise my eyebrows. But no, it got to be Patrick Mahomes. I mean, he's doing whatever he's doing. I mean, every team is building their team to beat this man. And if every team is building their team to beat a guy, you're clearly the top number one in this NFL. I mean, you just make astonishing fucking plays after play after play, the shit that you shouldn't be doing. And it's unreal. So my question is, though, and I know it's a little foresight-seeing, who's Patrick Mahomes going to be once Andy Reid leaves? That's the big question for me, because there's another coach going to come in and know how to let Patrick Mahomes be Patrick Mahomes. And that's what I want to see when Kelsey goes, and then when Andy Reid goes. That's when we're going to see Patrick Mahomes has a struggle, because last year we saw not great wide receivers. They're dropping the ball. Patrick Mahomes can throw those beautiful passes all day long, but when the wide receivers ain't catching them, it don't matter how beautiful that pass looks. It's still an incompletion. So build around him because Kelsey's going to be retiring soon, and no telling when Andy Reid might leave. So you better drain everything you can with Mahomes right now.
Trey, go ahead and tell us what we need to know.
It ain't no other answer than Patty. You feel me? He just really, you feel me? He different than any other guy. That is what it is right now. I mean, I hope our quarterback can get on his level, or you can at least compete with him. But everything goes through KC. You feel me? I don't care about the Ravens. Got a D. Henry. They still got to be Pat. I don't care about the Texans at all. Like everything still goes through KC. But I feel like this year though, I feel like I want to see. Again, because you feel me, they lost some pieces, but it's like it don't matter though because they got Pat Mahomes. They got 15. So long as he's suiting up in the playoffs too, hey, it's gonna be a game. So yeah, everything still runs through KC.
For sure. Hey, man, as y'all can see, man, that's our top 10 list, man. I mean, shoot, 10 quarterbacks who, done consistently got the job done. They done it for more than one season. And, man, this list could change. Matter of fact, this list is going to change after next season, man, because it always does. It's the NFL. I mean, things never stay the same unless you want consistent ass dude like Patrick Mahomes. But other than that, man, there will be change, man. Will Levis, will he end up on the list next season? We don't know. You let the national media tell it, goddamn it, he go out there and throw for 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. They gonna call him the 15th best quarterback in the NFL. Y'all know how they do us, man. But we done held y'all here long enough, man. RJ, you got anything you want to say before we ride out?
No, nothing. Man, nothing that need to be said, man. Somebody already asked the question, man. I'm just gonna end it.
Yeah. Watch your back. You'll figure it out. You'll get the answer. Don't forget tomorrow as well. I know we're about to go off, so I wanted to get this in before we jump out of here. Tomorrow we will be on H-Town Rundown Podcast. They have heard some of our takes about CJ Stroud and some of our takes about the Houston Texans. They definitely want to have us on the show. We're going to be there. We're going to talk Titans, Texans. We're going to talk AFC South. So we need all of y'all in here to tune in with us tomorrow because it's going to be a bunch of Houston Texan fan base in there, and they're going to be coming for our heads. So be right there ready for us. Let them know the Titans Army's right there with us. The Titan two-tone militia's with us. And we're going to go right there and make sure y'all tune in and have us in the comments and have our back in the comments because it's about to be a battle, and we look forward to it. We're excited for it.
Nah, yeah, man. We're going to be sitting right there laughing in their goddamn face, man. They know how they do, man. I mean, you know how they do, man. I mean, shoot, they gonna come with their little heat, man. But like I said, man, the Titans, it ain't even no figure, man. I mean, we gonna handle their asses tomorrow and in the regular season, man. But Trey, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hey, man. Once again, bro, appreciate you coming through. You found anytime you want to come through. Hey, man, you already know what to do, man. But they can see it on the screen. But for anybody that's going to be listening to our audio, they ain't going to be able to see your pretty face up there, no diddy. But go ahead and let the people know where they can find you and tell them about Peer Pressure Mobile because, god dang it, it's getting warm outside and they need to get their whips cleaned up.
Yeah, man, y'all follow the ground, man. Peer Pressure Mobile. All the utility needs, I got you. It's Titan filming, so I might throw in a little discount. You feel me? Just tell me who sent y'all, you feel me? And tighten up.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all head over to Peer Pressure Mobile. Holler at Trey. I swear he gonna get you right. Matter of fact, goddamn it, it's time for him to get me right, get my truck right, man. Because even though I cleaned up my truck this weekend in the rain, god dang it, it just don't look the same when Trey hit it up. When Trey hit it up, he gonna hit every single detail of that motherfucker, man.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
I try.
Nah, you do, man. Fuck trying. You do. You come through every single time, bro, and we appreciate you, man.
Real.
But yeah, man, we appreciate everybody watching tonight. We had 306 in the building, man. Y'all continue to turn us up. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about it, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. You can catch the audio. The audio will be up late on tonight or early in the morning. And like Firestone said, make sure you watch us tomorrow night as we go in on these Houston Texans. If ain't nobody else got anything to say, we finna get up out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all week. And time y'all fuck up. Let's go.